Hey, everybody. Welcome to the channel today. I am your host, Daryl the Derelict, and I want to know, has Kathleen Kennedy lost her mind? Be right back to talk about it.
Get it all.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Again, I'm your host, Daryl the Derelict. With me, as always, is Darth Arlena.
Hello
And,
there.
and today we're going to be talking about Kathleen Kennedy and the possibility that we are all wrong about her.
Mm-hmm.
Stay with me on this. This is just a theory, not necessarily what we believe. But one thing I have noticed over the past several years is that she's really stayed more and more out of the spotlight. And pretty much at this point, the only time you see her is on set of the Indy 5 movie. So, what I'm thinking is okay, hold that thought.
Mm-hmm.
When you are working for a company and you start talking crap to your customers, your boss normally would come in and reprimand you
Mm-hmm.
and say, hey, you don't need to do this. These people, we need to take care of them. They are our customers. They pay us. They make it possible for us to have a job. Without them, we wouldn't have work, at least here.
Mm-hmm.
And if it keeps going on and on and on, it goes up the food chain to the president. And then the president will say, knock it off. You're setting us all in a bad light. Because, in that line of thinking, what normal companies do, or at least used to do, they would reprimand their employees for talking smack. I work in the utility industry, and I know if I talk smack to a customer, it's a great chance I would lose my job immediately, especially if I was making fun of them like the Lucasfilm employees have been doing.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it is, Lucasfilm hasn't really acted like a normal company because their employees have gotten away with just short of murder. I mean, they've made fun of the fans, they've talked a lot of crap to them, and nobody has done anything. They haven't been reprimanded, they've actually been praised,
Mm-hmm.
mostly by the mob on Twitter, but that's just a small part of the populace. I mean, just a fraction. It's like a glass full out of the ocean. You can't really depend on listening to the Twitter people because all they want is chaos and destruction. They don't care about harmony. They don't care about getting along. And, that brings me back to watching the way Kathleen Kennedy has been acting over the past several years and how she just kind of seems to be led around now instead of taking charge like she used to back when she did The Force is Female. And we all loved that, didn't we?
Sure.
So she's been acting more and more like, for lack of a better term, she either has dementia or Alzheimer's. Not bad, but enough to where she can be led around, told what to do, and she does it because she thinks it's right.
Mm-hmm.
This by no way means I'm defending her. We all want someone to hate. We all want someone to take the blame for what's been happening with Star Wars. But it's really more and more the signs are showing up. She's The last appearance she made, aside from being on the Indy 5 set, was right after Gina Carano got fired. She made that video about women in film, I think, where the whole fade in thing. Okay, look at her eyes when she said that fade in part. And they left it in for a reason. One, to make fun of her, I'm pretty sure. And two, because she had no clue what she was saying. She was reading the words. So, someone who's been in the business as long as she has to make that kind of mistake reading a script, I don't buy it. I really think something is wrong with her brain.
Mm-hmm.
And she's losing it. And her handlers, who either by their own volition or under the orders of someone else, are leading her around, whispering in her ear, telling her what to do, what to say, and just keeping the chaos going. And that's what I think. I don't 100% believe it, but it's a really strong possibility.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at a few pictures that we found, you can tell something's off. What do you say, Darth Arlena?
Yeah, I agree. There seems to be something off. If you go back, like you said, and look at previous videos of her and previous photos of her, she looks cognitive and she looks like she understands everything. She speaks very articulate. Um, and then just the recent stuff, as you said, when she said the fade in thing, she's been in the business long enough to know that you don't say that when you see it up there. They're just telling you that's an instruction on what's going on,
Right.
not for you to say. And I think it's a possibility for Alzheimer's because, as we know, you can have beginning stages of Alzheimer's as early as your 30s, 40s, and it can go downhill from there. Of course, this is all speculation again, but there seems to be signs there. There seems to be something that we're not being told, or we're missing, much like President Ronald Reagan, when he left office, he had Alzheimer's, had already been diagnosed, and none of us knew as American citizens. But at the same time, if you go back and you look at stuff, you see little signs there that we didn't pay attention to before we knew. And it seems like with her, it's almost the same. There's just little signs there. And if you don't know what you're looking for, or if you're not told about it, you don't know to look for it. But yeah, it does make sense with some of the decisions that have been made, with some of the things that she has said, some of the things that she has done. And we go to the video that just dropped on Wednesday. There's no Kathleen Kennedy's not there. Uh, I didn't see her anywhere. They talked about her. I may have missed her because there's a couple times when I didn't watch it. I was just listening to it, but I didn't see her anywhere.
They did show a brief clip of her at the beginning when John Favreau was talking about her.
Hmm.
It was a very brief clip, and from the looks of it, it was possibly from season one or the previous gallery episode.
Hmm. And we know how she likes to get on and talk about herself and tout her accomplishments. So for her to not do that in this particular gallery episode, it makes me question why. Is she that mad and ticked off about them bringing Luke Skywalker back and her not knowing? Because I have no doubt that she did not know. I believe 100% they kept that from her. Or is it because, she just isn't there? Mentally, she doesn't have the capabilities that she used to have, and they don't want to have to break it up so much to where it's obvious that it's been edited.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think she knew about Luke Skywalker at all because she has been pretty much anti Luke ever since
Hmm.
Disney bought Lucasfilm, and she's been the head of it. You know, just like you saw in that office picture, that poster behind whoever was in it. I don't remember, but it showed a picture of Luke next to Vader, and Luke had a big old red X through his face.
Hmm.
And that was when the Force's female was going on, and all that great, lovely stuff that we remember so well.
Oh yeah.
You know, it does make a lot of sense with the way things have gone at Lucasfilm that something is wrong with her.
Hmm.
This by no means clears her of any wrongdoing she did when she was clear minded. However, it does make a lot of sense why the chaos has not stopped
Hmm.
and it tries to get worse. It'll get better, then it'll take three steps backwards and get worse.
Hmm.
Then it starts to get better again, and then we fall back down again. It's like trying to climb up a muddy hill. You make a little progress, then you slide back down,
Yep.
and eventually you give up. I'm hoping that something will be done either by her leaving when her contract expires or someone else coming in to assist her who actually cares about the property. That one is really a remote. That's not even hopeful because I don't think they would promote anybody to assist her that cares about the property.
Mm-mm.
They brown nosers are trying to get up there and get next to her so they can try and get in the elite club.
Hmm.
So, but that really just makes sense.
And if you think about it too, I have no doubt that she has the experience from being a producer and everything. As being president of Lucasfilm, I have no doubt that she very likely ran a tight ship. So for her to run a tight ship in the beginning, the way it was, and then within the last 2 years or so, it's fallen apart, and people just say whatever they want to say and do whatever they want to do. It just doesn't add up. I
You're
think
right.
at a minimum, she would um, tell them to publicly apologize. And again, this is not defending her because I have no love for Kathleen Kennedy. This is just, you know, pointing out things that likely would and should have happened. I believe that she would have told them, you know what, you need to take it down, you need to apologize, and it needs to be public.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, as we're winding this down, do you have any final thoughts?
No final thoughts, just what is it, October 20th? I guess we'll find out because that is the last day of her contract. And from watching a couple of the other streams that I watch, uh, I do believe all evidence points towards her contract not being renewed. And I also think that's why John Favreau said the warm and glowy and lovey things that he said about her in that video, because he probably knows that she's leaving and everybody wants her to leave on a positive and good note as possible.
Oh yeah,
So,
absolutely. And to further that thought on John Favreau, I think not only he did it because she is leaving, but it's also to publicly apologize and kind of smooth over the way he talked to her in season one gallery when basically he told her to shut up, we'll get to you,
hmm,
which we all loved because they left it in. And
yeah,
again, that was left in. And somebody with that much power wouldn't have allowed that.
mm-mm.
So again, that points to something being wrong up here. A lot of people are talking that her contract will be renewed. I think that is a possibility, but only until Indiana Jones 5 is finished. Since that is her swan song, that is her Rolex watch, that is her severance pay, is Indy 5.
Yeah,
So
but
if,
from my understanding, that's almost done,
yeah, well,
and it's
let's hope. I
it's
mean,
likely that they
they've
could
had to use
wrap.
the stuntman to pretty much do the movie.
Hmm. And it's likely that it could wrap very soon, and pretty much everything could be done by October 20th.
That would be awesome for everybody. Hopefully,
Hmm.
we can cross our fingers.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Okay, well, that's our thoughts on it. What do y'all think? Leave a like, leave a dislike. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah,
Speak
comment,
your
comment,
honest
comment.
opinion. Comment. Let us know what y'all think in the comments. We really want to know what y'all think on this.
Yeah.
So until next time, I am Daryl the Derelict. She is Darth Arlena. This is the Vac Tube for Echo Base TV, and we will catch y'all on the next one.
Bye.